In this video tutorial, you will learn how to download and work with oscillograms, also called waveforms or disturbance records, and how to adjust the auto-sending of oscillograms by email and to substation automation system. ED2 series IEDs provide recording of oscillograms with binary and analog signals, transfer oscillograms via the digital channels and quickly download oscillograms to USB flash drive. Oscillograms are recorded into a non-volatile memory that saves information when the device is de-energized. Depending on the functional processor frequency, the oscillography frequency can be equal to 1000, 2000, 1200 or 2400 Hz. The oscillography frequency and functional processor frequency can be checked in the Smart Monitor software in Settings section. System parameters. Terminal options. The oscillography frequency can be changed via Configurator software in the System Parameters section. IED Parameters tab. Oscillography frequency parameter. Oscillography is started upon actuation of one of the specified triggering conditions, for example, actuation or reset of measuring elements, functions, logic signals. Assign signals to oscillography and adjust other oscillography settings via Smart Monitor software in the section Settings. Registration and oscillography. Such signals as analog inputs, logical signals and calculated measurements can be assigned to oscillography. Signals are assigned to oscillography by checking the box in the corresponding column. Signals of the logical signals group can be selected as a condition for oscillography start by checking the box in the corresponding column. If the rising edge triggering is selected, the oscillography will start only when the state of one of the assigned signals will change from logic 0 to logic 1. The oscillography starts similarly if the falling edge triggering is selected, only in this case it starts when the signal changes from logic 1 to logic 0. For convenience, it is possible to check or uncheck the whole column of signals. The oscillography settings are located in the oscillography parameters functional group. The maximum fault time parameter is in charge of duration of the fault recording, which starts when one of the above described conditions for oscillography triggering is formed. The parameter pre-accident time is responsible for the period prior to the fault, which will be included into the oscillogram. Oscillography recording time after the fault is changed in the time after the accident parameter. The total duration of oscillogram, including the pre-fault time, the maximum fault time and post-fault time, cannot be more than the value of the not editable parameter maximum oscillograms duration. The number of oscillograms that can be recorded cannot surpass the maximum count of oscillograms parameter. The maximum quantity of the oscillograms depends on the IED memory card size. By default, IEDs are supplied with the 1 GB compact flash memory card, while the maximum size supported is 32 GB. If oscillograms number exceed their maximum, the records without overwrite protection will be rewritten by the new ones. The overwrite protection of oscillograms will be described further. The settings have to be saved to the IED when parameters are changed in this section. Learn how to save the settings in the video tutorial on operation of ED2 series devices changing the settings. Comparison of setting groups. There is also a function of manual start of oscillography via Smart Monitor software or directly from the IED. In Smart Monitor, the oscillography is started via a corresponding command on the toolbar. Oscillography can be manually started directly from the IED by pressing the FN dot in any menu. Oscillograms can be viewed and downloaded to the PC in the oscillograms section. Press refresh the page to view all oscillograms of the IED for the current time. To open oscillogram, double-click on it with the left mouse button or press the right mouse button and select the Comtrade Open command. By default, the oscillogram will automatically open in the Waves app, which is included in the ЭКRА SMSSP software package. To quickly download the oscillogram to the system directory without its opening, click it with the right mouse button and select the Save or Comtrade Save command. When the Save command is selected, the files will be saved in the proprietary format, when the Comtrade Save is selected in Comtrade format. Oscillograms records can be protected from overwriting in the IED. For this, check the boxes against the needed oscillograms.
If oscillograms exceed their maximum number, the records without overwrite protection will be rewritten by the new ones.
Such parameters as the used memory and bytes, date and time of recording are displayed in the relevant columns for every oscillogram.
The Waves, an app for viewing and analyzing oscillograms, is included in the standard ЭКRА SMSSP software package. Watch the video tutorial on operation of ED2 series IED's introduction to ЭКRА SMSSP software package to get acquainted with these programs.
The main window of Waves shows oscillograms of analog and binary values. Place the slider on the time scale to view the values of all signals for the selected period with 1 millisecond accuracy.
There is also an option to view a harmonic analysis of analog signals in the program.
Press the corresponding command on the toolbar and select the necessary analog signals.
Waves offers an option to view vector diagrams of analog signals.
Open the relevant tool and specify the parameters as follows: the displayed analog signals,
base vector for other vectors mapping, and harmonics number. This program also can superimpose and join oscillograms. There are two modes of superimpose: automatically, by absolute time, and manually. Open one more oscillogram to work with. Automatic superimposition by absolute time allows automatic combining of several oscillograms in one, guided by absolute times specified in them. Move to the main menu and press Superimpose automatically. A window to select the necessary oscillograms will appear on the display. Proceed further and select the signals that you want to include into the combined oscillogram.
The group signals with the same name flag allows placing the signals with the same names near each other.
Next, name the new oscillogram and superimpose it.
The superimpose manually command implies the same as the superimpose by absolute time. But only two oscillograms can be selected in this case. The joining by absolute time and manually commands are similar to superimposition, but offer an automatic joining of several fragments, recorded by one device, into one oscillogram, guided by the absolute time specified in them. In particular, these commands allow joining fragments with pauses between them. More detailed information on working with the Waves program is provided in its user's manual. If you use other application to view and analyze oscillograms, you can assign it as a default program, so that oscillogram from Smart Monitor will be opened by it. Move to the Settings menu. The Settings tab and in the Path to Oscillogram Viewer field set the path to the program. Health Monitor software of ЭКRА SMSSP package allows automatic downloading of oscillograms from connected IEDs. Downloading is performed with a definite time interval if new oscillograms are available. For this, open the settings of the selected IED and activate the function in the Auto Swing Waveforms tab. Next, enter the interval of downloading and name format. By default, the name of oscillogram consists of the configuration file name and the sequence number of the record. If necessary, select the format in which the oscillogram name will consist from the name of electric power facility, IED name, date and time of oscillogram generation. Select Set manually to set the own name for oscillogram. Then enter the file name in the relevant field. Date and time of oscillography recording will be added to the name of the downloaded file. Select the directory for saving oscillograms in the settings of Health Monitor software. Move to the oscillograms directory parameters. In the opened window, besides the base directory changing, you can select its structure. In other words, change the sequence of directories, device location and start date, and also set the format of oscillograms saving in these directories. In addition to that, Health Monitor software of ЭКRА SMSSP package allows merging of oscillograms. The application supports two modes of merging: automatic merging of oscillograms, manual merging. Move to the Auto Union Oscillograms tab, check the box against the Auto Union, and press the Settings button. In the Auto Union Settings pop-up window, add the template. User manually sets one or several templates for the function to operate.
Give the template a name. And add a necessary number of devices.
Prefixes can be added to oscillograms with the same name from different devices, for easy identification of such signals in the combined oscillogram.
The directories, where the oscillograms in ComTrade format are sent from IEDs, are specified in the template.
This function checks the specified directories for new oscillograms from the moment of its activation. When new oscillogram appear, the function extracts the date and time of its start. By the received start stamps, which are included in the range of the permissible time of divergence of the start signals parameter, the function defines the list of oscillograms to be merged. Oscillograms are merged right after finding of all oscillograms in the directories related to the same event, or when the waiting period of the oscillograms is over.
By default, oscillograms are saved using UTF-8 encoding and ComTrade format with CFG.dat files. Check the relevant box if merging by the minimum sampling frequency is necessary. In this case, the sample rate of the resulting oscillogram will be equal to the minimum sample rate of the merged oscillograms. If the box is unchecked, the sample rate of the resulting oscillogram will be equal to the maximum sample rate of the merged oscillograms. Set the path for saving merged oscillograms.
The manual merging function implies the same, but in this case, the oscillograms have to be merged manually. Automatically downloaded oscillograms can be sent by email.
Check the sending oscillogram by email to activate it in the IED properties. Next, set the mail client by pressing the relevant button.
By default, in the opened window, the mail subject is filled with the names of object and device where the oscillogram was recorded, along with its time and date. The text mail field is also filled with information on the device, from which the oscillogram was received, and its name.
These fields can be changed, if necessary.
As a convenience, it is recommended to use variables with angle brackets for autofilling of IED information.
Specify the subject and text of the email.
Then set up the mail server address of sender. This information can be asked from your network administrator.
The 25th server port via SMTP protocol is set by default.
If administrator has blocked this port, then use the alternative port 587.
Next, specify the sender's email. And enter the emails of receivers, separated by commas. If the server requires authentication, then select the relevant item,
and fill the user and password fields.
If necessary, SSL encryption of messages can be used for email.
Encryption details can be required from the network administrator.
Check the connection with email server by pressing Server Check. If email server parameters are specified correctly, the message about it will be displayed. After setting up the email server, it is recommended to check the automatic sending of oscillograms via email. Start the oscillography, and after that, an email with oscillograms has to come to the recipient's address.
View the oscillograms recorded to the IED in the Actual Values menu item.
Disturbance records. Number, time and date of oscillogram is displayed on the screen. Move between the records using the arrows on IED front panel.
To protect the oscillogram from overwriting, select the necessary one and turn on the Protect parameter by pressing the Enter key.
Oscillogram with overwrite protection will be marked with star. There is also an option to save oscillograms right from IED to USB flash drive. Connect flash drive to the relevant IED port.
Log in with administrator's rights. Please note that USB flash drive shall have FAT or FAT32 file system format.
After that, the USB drive menu will automatically open on IED display.
Next, proceed to the menu item for saving oscillograms.
Note that this menu allows downloading of all oscillograms without choice.
Oscillograms can be saved to the USB flash drive in both the proprietary format as archive and in the Comtrade format. Saving in both formats is selected by default. To change the saving format, mark the needed variants with pluses by pressing the Enter key.
Menu also contains information about the amount of space required for recording on the USB flash drive and the amount of free memory on it. Make sure that there is enough place for storage on USB drive and press Save. Files will start to copy, and a message will appear when it will be completed. This video tutorial is over. We hope it was useful to you. Thank you for attention.